Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So what on earth is going on with David Schweikert? For those who don't know who David Schweikert is, he is a congressman who represents a swing district in the state of Arizona. Now it's a district that since 2016 or 2012, it's moved to the left, but still it is a swing district, and it is going to remain competitive in 2026, 2028 most likely. And this is a guy who always overperforms the top of the ticket in his specific district. And it would probably be imperative for him to run for re-election given how the House is going, because it's going to be a close House, and he probably gives Republicans the edge in that district. But if you take him out of the equation, Democrats could have the edge and probably would have the edge in the district. But no, he's deciding that he doesn't want to run for re-election, which again, if you talk about the fact, is he old? Does he not want to be in politics anymore? Is he going to lose? I think the answer to all three of those questions is clearly no. It's possible he would lose. I don't think it's like sure thing that he's going to lose. No, he's running for governor. Very strange stuff, especially given how the field is already set, how important Trump's endorsement is, how he's not going to have it, and how Trump has already endorsed two candidates that are polling somewhat close to each other, with Andy Biggs, his fellow congressman from Arizona, in the lead there. It's just a strange all-around sort of thing going on, and we're going to be talking about it in this video, what's going on here. But really quickly, guys, I have to tell you guys about my friends over at Chalk. Our country just witnessed Donald Trump overcome political persecution, an assassination attempt, and the entire deep state to retake the presidency with a historic victory. And one secret ingredient allowed him to do it, and it's called testosterone. And what most people don't realize is that testosterone makes men willing and eager to take on challenges. Sadly, too many men have lost their fight, and that's exactly how the globalists want it. They want us weak, out of shape, and full of estrogen and microplastics with low T, which is why we're excited to partner with Chalk. They offer a whole line of products formulated to increase your energy, focus, detoxify your body, and clinically studied boost testosterone. Ingredients in the Chalk Male Vitality Stack have been clinically studied to boost free testosterone in 87% in just 21 days. Unlike with gimmicky vegetable pills or powder, you will feel the difference, and they have the clinical studies to back it up. And right now you can get 25% off your Chalk subscription, not just one time, but for life. So go to chalk.com, spelled CHOQ.com, and use the promo code REDEAGLE. That's 25% off any subscription for life, and you can cancel it at any time. All right, guys, back to the video. David Schweikert, a congressman from the state of Arizona, possibly trying to just shoot not only his career in the foot, but also Republican House chances in the foot. I'm not saying he's doing it intentionally, but I think that he should probably know better. It's not like, he's going to run for governor because he's a good candidate and he's going to win the primary and probably win the general. That's not happening. He's not going to win the primary. He's not going to at all. I'd be very shocked if he didn't come in third place, if not even below that, if possible, because there's no shot. You already have two well-established candidates that are running well-established campaigns that are going at it. Both of them have the Trump endorsement. Donald Trump is not going to endorse a third person in this race. I don't know what he exactly thinks is going to go on here. Does he think that he's going to be able to run and get the Republican primary electorate that doesn't like Donald Trump? What is that, 10% in Arizona of registered Republicans at most? That's what he's angling for? I don't think he'd even get second place in his own district. I have no idea what he thinks that he's doing here, but it's an issue because in the first seat, or the first congressional district, you look at this, Republicans in 2022 and 2024, it was competitive, but he got the job done. Donald Trump won the district by 1 point. I believe Kari Lake lost it by a point in 2022. So it's kind of a swing district. And David Schweikert as somebody who could transcend that and push Republicans over the top when Republicans were not quite at the top. The district that he used to represent, in 2020, had a little bit more of like a Biden lean to it, for sure. And he was still able to overcome. This district that we're talking about here, the first district, voted for Biden and then voted for Trump, but it's still a competitive swing district. A lot of college-educated whites, but a lot of Republicans as well. He's a good fit for that district. He would be favored in 2026, but he's blowing it. And I don't know what he's doing. Can Donald Trump get on the phone with him and talk some sense into him? That would be ideal. Because right here, this is the map with a lot of the projected redistricting changes. I'm being relatively generous to the Democrats by only giving Republicans, just a couple House districts in Florida, leaving Henry Cuellar's seat, which is double digits for Trump, as a toss-up, whatever. He will overperform the Democrats because he usually does if he's not in jail by then, which is actually a possibility. But Republicans are on the doorstep. They're at 215. The Democrats are at 202. You have Juan Ciscomani in a competitive district that he probably is going to be favored in. And then you had David Schweikert in a competitive district that he probably would be the favorite in. Now, Republicans would just need to find one other district, which I think they probably get Virginia 2nd. They probably get, New Jersey 7th. But let's just say they don't get Arizona 6th. Well, at least you would have had Arizona's first to fall back on, right? You're at 218. You already have the House. The House could be very competitive. It could come down to this one seat in Arizona. And this guy's letting people down because he's deluded into thinking he's going to run for governor and win. Here's the deal. You can look at the polling. You could look at the primary polling. It's clearly a two-way race. There's only, maybe a third of the voters at most in certain polls that are undecided. It's like the hypothetical polling doesn't even include this guy. The hypothetical polling does not include David Schweikert, and for good reason, because it's so out of left field that this guy would run. And he's not going to really make waves, in my opinion, because he's not even well-known or typically well-liked enough as a congressman. Everybody's picking teams. Andy Biggs in most polling is winning that polling. I think there was another poll that they're not including that had Andy Biggs up that was released a few days ago, had him in the 50s, had Robeson behind in the 30s. 20% are undecided. How many of them would even go to Schweikert? 10% at most? He's going to throw away possibly Republican House chances, and he's going to throw away his own political capital and political career for what? For 10%, 15% maximum in this primary? It doesn't make a lot of sense. If he was running for something else, another statewide office, it's disappointing, but I would understand it. Maybe you're tired of the gridlock in D.C. or whatever, establishment terminology you want to toss out there on the table. Fine, go ahead. Somewhat understandable. You work to pick a replacement that is a good fit for that district, and you make sure that person is the nominee, and you make sure you do everything in your power to get them over the finish line. This guy's just saying, nope, last minute, screw it. I'm going to run for governor where I have a 0% chance at winning. I think there's a higher percent chance that Michigan elects a third-party candidate for governor this year than this guy does at getting past these two in the primary. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's exactly the point, because this is not going to happen at all. I don't know what exactly the guy is thinking, but there's a lot at stake here. These polls, we had another poll today that came out of the New York Times that says we're looking at like a D+2 national environment. That means despite Trump in the White House, you have a very, very good chance at holding the House. If not, you're the favorites to hold the House. So why hand the Democrats a seat on a silver platter? It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? No, it literally does not make any sense at all. So bad news for Republicans? Yeah, we cover it. It's not good. But I would highly encourage this guy to look into changing course in Arizona, because he's probably one of the few people that I could say this guy's going to win this district, or this guy would be favored in this specific district. and he wants to throw it all away for a political campaign. So he's not retiring, but also a political campaign that he has zero chance to win, and he just wants to divide a already divided primary field even more. Now, who does this help in the primary? Does it help Biggs or does it help Robeson? I don't know if it helps either one, to be honest. You could make the case he takes away evenly from both. If anything, he takes more away from Robeson than he takes away from Biggs. But regardless, it's a ridiculous move. He's not going to win the primary. If he got anointed as the primary victor, which has 0% chance of happening, I don't believe he would defeat Katie Hobbs. I don't believe he's that strong of a candidate. I think that he's good for his district. He can fundraise. He can win close races. That's important when it comes down to 2026. You're talking about this being a consistent theme in this district, winning these close races, even if Democrats narrowly take the district statewide at the gubernatorial level, the Senate level, you name it. Even 2020 at the presidential level was a different district, but I guarantee you Schweikert would have won even where Trump fell short. If you kind of like apply the overlay of the precincts or whatever, I'm sure you could find that out. But either way, there's just, it's a self-inflicted wound. That's exactly what this is. So hopefully Trump gets on the phone, talks some sense into this guy at a minimum, because this is not what Republicans need. They have a lot of momentum, and this is something that is not good. But there's a lot of good news. Another new poll out of New Jersey today. Not going to make yet another video covering it, but Jack's within the margin of error there. There's another scandal for Mikey Sherrill. There's a lot of positive news, but this is not so positive out of Arizona because it's just a WTF, just facepalm moment from this guy. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.